Okay, so this is New Frog, and just doing a Navy mission to try and mim some routes here. So I thought I'd record it and so you can see sort of my technique if you're interested. So the main thing I'm trying to avoid is lining up, say, like 3 blues in a row, or 2 blues in a row even. I wouldn't want to put that yellow one next to there, so I'm going to pop on the other side, just to avoid any potential future accidental breaks. I tend to find that that's actually where things go wrong for me the most, is accidentally breaking things rather than having trouble lining them up to begin with. Right, so I don't know which is better. So I'm just give it a little spin to see what ends up being the best result. Okay, so I just cleared out space for that one by breaking things. So that's probably the best position for that. Again, trying to make sure there's no accidental things can get broken. Now I just start lining up things, so I'm going to put groups of 2 on either side of them so that it just increases the chance that if I need to, I can break one of them. Luckily, I got the thing I needed at the last minute. So you can normally get a fine or good on your first league point. Then you can try and aim for sort of excellence to incredibles after that. So that was accidental earlier. It's very hard to keep sort of a vision the whole time about exactly where everything is. I find that to be one of the bigger challenges. But that's why I kind of use these techniques, like trying to avoid them having to be lined up together. So I'm breaking that 3 so that won't happen in the future. It just sort of helps me out. It helps me not accidentally break things. It helps me, just be able to focus on one bit at a time. Okay, and then I'm just going to shove these over there to get rid of them. So I'll put that on the other side so that if I don't get the blue later, I've got more of a chance of being able to break those 3 yellows up. Because if you don't get lucky and the ones you need on the top row don't show up, you've got no choice but to sort of clear out things below it. But luckily there it is. Because in this way I can sort of easily rotate my top row without worrying that I was going to break something during the process, which does happen quite a lot in my experience. Okay, this is less good. I really need a blue one, of course, because I really need it. There's none in sight anywhere. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna actually save the white one over here. Just put that down there. So I'm just lining up the next one while I can. And so in that case, because there were always double yellows lined up, I really needed to rotate the whole thing around in order to get the have that piece drop in a place where it then wasn't going to break anything accidentally later. Okay, so just need a blue, and there it is. Nope, those ones have already lined up, so that's really convenient, actually. There's nothing I can really do about this one. Whoops, probably should have dropped one of them and kept the white one since there was 2 of them needed. just going to do that to clear out some space, because I think I'm going to need more to get the luck of the getting all the white ones I need. Oh, there it is. That worked out alright. I'll just dump something I don't need. I need the blue and I need the red, so in that case I did have to rotate the bottom one, because otherwise it was going to break the wrong piece. I'm not being very successful at getting many Incredibles, but it's a little harder to do it really quickly when you're talking about it as well. I've discovered. Okay. So again, easy rotation due to the fact that I had set it all up beforehand, basically. That can be on the bottom. Oops, that was a mistake. And I shall rectify now. There we go. And this can go over there. Don't like having those reds lined up the way that they are, but I haven't given myself much choice in the matter right now. It's the difference between like in the ideal screen, which you're setting up when you're going along, versus once you already have some pieces in there, what you have to deal with. You have to balance out sort of breaking things and all that. In this case, it just works out fine. It was sort of a calculated risk, so to speak. Not a huge risk at that. Okay, so just setting up the next thing while I have an opportunity. So actually, as you can see, I have the red on the inner ring is lined up with an outer red circle. And so I want to be careful with that. I want to make sure that I don't get another red in there by accident or something. And then now we can just do that. So that didn't work out too badly in the end. Gonna need a red later. Red down. So now, as you can see, I've gotten some Incredibles on my run, and that's really important that you sort of can get up to that and beat it. If you do reach a point where you're struggling to break something and your Incredible state is essentially disappearing quickly, what I would recommend is just booching it, because actually it doesn't penalize you that harshly when you booch things. So that was kind of a mistake, actually. I think I already have 2 sets of this lined up though, so that was a very easily corrected mistake. So there's a combo. I did see that one was coming, but I didn't actually plan that out, obviously, that it would end up that way. But often combos do just sort of fall into your lap like that, rather than be something that you planned. Or at least for me, that's what happens. So I'm going to put that on the inside to avoid any chance of breaking it. Yeah, I was at the end of the run there, so anyway, I hope that's been useful.